28.
All right, so you're 28. You will be able to still have your life ahead of you when you're released from the prison. Because it's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, you're going to have to do half your time before you're eligible for probation.
Here we go, opening with a reality check from the judge. At just 28 years old, this defendant is facing a deadly weapon enhancement, which means parole is not coming early. Notice how the tone is calm but loaded with finality. We're watching a young man's future shrink in real time.
On May 23rd, you entered a plea of no contest to count 1, 2, and 3 to the offense of aggravated robbery. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 9 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the state opposes your application for deferred adjudication. All right. Any other witnesses?
Well, my client wants to say a few words.
All right. If you want to say a few words, I'm going to place you under oath, and the state will have a chance to cross-examine you, which means they'll have a chance to ask questions of you.
Yes.
Do you wish to be placed under oath?
No contest might sound like avoiding guilt, but legally? It's nearly identical to pleading guilty. You're basically saying, I won't fight you, just sentence me. This becomes crucial later when he begs for probation.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for giving me a chance to talk to you.
Sure. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Jacob Deon.
All right. Defense, do you have any questions?
I do. I hope close enough to the mic for the court reporter to hear
Yes.
me. Jacob, you had earlier pled no contest to 3 counts of aggravated robbery.
Yes, sir.
And you're not contesting those counts, are you?
No, sir.
You're here to ask the court for deferred probation.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the court has read the PSI and so on, and I would like to have you explain a little bit about your early life.
Yes, sir.
What was it like?
So when I was born, I was staying with my mom and my stepdad, and I was being abused. And I went to school with bruises, and they kept asking what happened. And I told them one day, and they said they weren't going to say nothing, but they said something to my parents. So I got beat again. And then I came back to school and told them what happened, and they took us to CPS. So we got taken away from our family. And I was in CPS for a while, and they were trying to put me on the right meds because
What happened next?
my grandma got us, and my mom got killed in 2010. They say she died from an accidental overdose, but I believe she got killed. And I just went crazy. I started self-medicating. I didn't know what to do with myself.
How old were you then?
I think I was about 10, and I just lost a lot of my mind. And I had my grandma, so I was happy. And then I started doing electrical work, and I've been doing electrical work. I don't have a record. I've never been locked up before. I work and I pay my bills, and I try to keep the little family I got left. And I had my dad, but he passed away while I was in here, so it's just me and my sisters. Well, when I got out, when I was out there working, my grandma died, and I lost my mind again because she was the only thing that I had left as a parent.
Interesting moment, the defendant chooses to speak. Huge gamble. Because once he's sworn in, the prosecution can cross-examine him like any other witness. In many cases, speaking only makes things worse, so let's see where this goes.
Say you lost your mind. What does that mean?
I just started spiraling downhill. I lost my job. I started self-medicating, and I don't really do drugs like that, but I started self-medicating, hanging around the wrong people, and then I wasn't taking my medication. I was going to the doctor before, and I stopped taking my medication. So
and as a result of that, what happened next?
This incident happened, and I was hanging around the wrong people. I can promise you, I'm not that type of person. I don't know what was going through my mind. I was on drugs, and I was self-medicating and wasn't on my medicine. And by the time I realized it, I know I messed up. I went to the Center for Healthcare Services and got help. And
what kind of help did you receive?
I got all my medications, and they they gave me a psychiatrist, and they gave me a counselor, and they started helping me get on my meds. I told them that I messed up and I needed help. So I started looking to try to fix myself, and I just realized I messed up and there was nothing I could do to fix it. So I tried to do better. And
Now, you've been in custody for 3 years,
yes,
give or
sir.
take. Where did you spend part of the time?
I spent it here, and then I just really needed to go to the hospital. My mind state wasn't in the right state of mind. I was hearing voices. I was just freaking out. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just losing my mind, and I've been here for 3 years. I've been to lockdown one time for 3 years. I have not had no fights. I'm not an aggressive person.
All right, and just so that the record can be clear, the reason why he was at the Bear County Jail for 3 years is because he was found incompetent and he was sent to the state hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
That's nothing to do with the 187 District Court keeping him
No.
in custody for
No.
3 years.
I understand
All
that,
right.
Your Honor, and what I was getting at was the next part of the story. As a result of this, you ended up in Vernon, is that correct?
Yes, sir. To get help, and I think they helped me with my
Tell us
everything.
what they did.
They put me on medication. They
What
gave me
kind of medication?
they gave me anxiety medication, bipolar medicine. They gave me sleeping medicine, and I was hearing a lot of voices at the time.
What
And
medicine, what
Seroquel,
name?
Seroquel, Boost Bar. They had me on Klonopin. They had me on Zyprexa. They had me on another medication. I don't recall what it was called.
What are you on now when you're here?
They have me on Boost Bar. They agreed to let me keep taking the Seroquel for the voices, and they give me propanolol for the anxiety and depression, and they also give me Seroquel, Boost Bar, and propanolol.
All right. And you understand that mental illness or extreme abuse as a child is not an excuse for doing what you pled to.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
So why should this court even consider putting you back on the street or back in society?
Because I promised I could be a productive member of society. I will do as much time of probation as you want me to. I promise I will not mess up. I just ask if you could please give me a second chance. That's all I'm asking for. I promise you could look at my back history. I'm not that type of person. I just lost my mind because I lost my grandma, and that was the last thing. And all I got is my brothers and sisters now, and my sister just had kids, and I really want to be a part of their lives.
Well, the court may restrict you if she were to grant probation or a form of probation from being around children under 18.
Yes, sir. I would gladly accept that and do better and finish probation, and then I could see them. I will do right. I will be on my medications. What I'm gonna do is go to the Center for Healthcare Services and get help. Even if I am outpatient, I please ask that I can be outpatient. I'm gonna go through Center for Healthcare Services by myself, like as I want to, because they really help. And I also got a doctor I go to regularly. So I'm gonna get on my medications, get on the right medications, and do right. I plan on still being an electrician. I know a place that'll hire me as I work for a dentist office,
All right.
and they'll hire me
Let
when I
me
get out.
stop you right there. Now, the court could
We are deep into trauma history, abuse, CPS, death of both parents, medication struggles. It's heartbreaking, but here's the legal angle. Trauma explanation, not justification. Judges may use it for mitigation, but it never cancels criminal responsibility.
order a mental health, not screening, but a program for you to participate in if the court so chooses.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to do
I
that?
will gladly go to any programs that they want me to, any classes that I need to. I will show up to everything. I just please ask, can I have one more chance? This is my first time getting locked up. I can promise you I will do all I can in my will to do better and finish probation. I will do much time as you want. And I know you probably hear that a lot and people mess up, but I can promise you I'm gonna do better. I'm not gonna hang out with nobody, none of the same people. I'm not talking to any of them. I'm gonna surround myself with positive people and just stay out the way and do better for myself, and not just for myself, but for my family and the people around me. I think I could be a productive member of society, and I'm ready to go back into the world and be a better person.
if the court orders you to maintain on medicine and report, say, every week or every other week for drug screening, mental health counseling, and or proof of taking your medication, are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir. I really don't need the drugs. The drugs, I don't have a problem stopping drugs at all because I take medications out there and they work fine for me. They help me. So I really just started doing drugs because I lost my mind when my grandma died. She was like everything to me. That was the only thing I had left. And me and my dad didn't really have a connection. So I didn't really, I didn't really talk to him. And then when I was in here, he died. And now I really don't got anybody. So, but I got my brothers and sisters, that's for sure. And I know my sister's always gonna be there for me. And I think she will help me through this whole situation and in me taking my meds. And I promise I will take my meds. I like taking my meds because they make me feel like a better person. Honestly, after I got back from the hospital, I feel so much better. I feel happier. I'm not hearing the voices like I was. I feel like a better person. Like I said, I have not been in no fights since I've been here the whole time. I'm not an aggressive person. I don't cause problems. I try to stay out the way. And
Now that you have your medication, you talked about how it is different.
yes, sir.
Have you ever been on the medication that was is prescribed for you before?
Yes, sir. I've been through so much medications and they try to find the right ones for me. I was
Did they
once
find
on,
the right one?
yes, sir. I was once on Adderall for my ADHD. And then another time I was on uh another pill for anxiety and then for the voices and the schizophrenia through a doctor.
Now you have medication. You are telling us for it that the medication you're currently on works.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct?
Man, I feel like a better person. I feel positive. I know I could get back out there and get back to work. I just please ask for one more chance and I promise I won't mess it up. If I do, I will gladly do as much time as you want me to do.
Well, this is a up to 99-year.
Yes, sir, I understand that. I would not be mad at the judge for giving me whatever time she would give me if I mess up.
And if the court required you to wear an ankle monitor for and drug patch, can you do that?
Oh yes, for sure.
What are you asking of this court that we haven't covered already?
Nothing. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for spiraling down and getting in this position. And I just ask you, please give me one more chance. That's all I really just want one more chance. I want to be there with the little family I got left. I lost a lot of family since I've been in here, and I just don't know what I'll do if I lose another one.
I'm about to pass you to the prosecutor for questioning. Is there anything that you'd like to say that we haven't covered?
Um, I just I think I covered everything.
Ask the witness.
So earlier you said that you were hanging out with the ground floor crowd, is that right?
Yes, sir.
But would it surprise you that in this case, the people that you're hanging around with, they pointed to you as the wrong crowd?
Yes, sir. I see they did that, but that is wrong. I I I hear what you said earlier on how they said that I was the one that did everything. I can promise you I wasn't. I was in the wrong place. I wasn't even supposed to be. I didn't even know what was going on till there was guns drawn, and I didn't have no gun. I didn't. If if I was the intent to try to do something like that, I would have had a gun too. I didn't have no gun. I do admit that I was there. I was self-medicating. I don't know what I was thinking of being in that house, but I was freaking out. It just happened so fast. But nothing left that house, I can promise you, in my hands.
So it was interesting because you just apologized, said you were sorry for spiraling out and getting to this point. Right?
Yes, sir.
The plea intensifies. He's essentially saying, give me probation, put me in treatment, monitor me, whatever it takes. This is a strategic pivot, demonstrating future compliance and stability. But emotional sincerity doesn't always outweigh the seriousness of aggravated robbery.
I never heard an apology towards any of the victims in this case.
Oh, I really do apologize to all the victims. I wish they were here so I could tell them to their face.
Ask the witness.
Any other questions?
The 3 or 4 other.
I'm sorry, he's on redirect. Any other questions?
Oh, no, Your Honor. I was just going to make sure that he wouldn't be associating with the other.
Sure.
Yes, sir. I won't be associating at all with them.
All right, any other questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you, Judge Boyd.
All right, I have questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how do you know Alfonso Diaz?
I met him one day on Facebook, and he was a drug dealer, basically. That's
All
how
right,
I
how do you
know.
know Myra Adape?
I don't really know her. She was selling drinks after hours on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't even know that's a thing now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I met her.
All right. So in other words, that would be moonshining, I guess.
Yeah.
Who is Eric Alderete?
That guy I don't know at all. I've never heard of that name. I was told about the report and I've never heard of that guy. I never knew that guy.
Okay. Because in the PSI report, I'm sorry, in the stipulations,
Yes,
it
ma'am.
states that you would go over to that house and your normal thing that you would do is you would show up and then you would go get your girlfriend and you all would come into the house. Is that true?
No, I said that?
No, that's what the complainants are saying.
No, you're talking about, you said Eric?
Yes. How
No.
often have you been to that house?
I've never been to Eric's house. It's Alfonso Diaz's house.
Okay. How often have you been?
I've been there a couple times.
All right.
Just to pick up some stuff for my friends. Like I'll go through and
To pick up what?
some drugs.
All right. And then how do you know Brian Pickney?
I met him on Facebook.
And how do you know Adam Cordova
Facebook.
and Jessica Aragon?
Jessica Aragon was my ex for 8 years.
All right. So from the stipulations, these people were selling drugs from their home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So with regards to restitution, I can tell everybody, victim one is saying a $50,000 black Rolex watch was stolen. I don't have any proof of that. They're saying a $100,000 platinum necklace was stolen. I don't have any proof of that. 2 cell phones. I have no proof of that. Wallet and money. Don't have any proof of that. $2,000 worth of cocaine. They're not getting that back.
Yes, ma'am.
$100 worth of marijuana.
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
not getting that back. 1 television valued at $300. Victim 2, a $500 gold rosary. You know, at some point in time, what if it's a rosary, if it's a representation of Jesus Christ, that should give people pause.
Yes.
I don't have any proof of that. They're not getting that. $100 James Avery silver necklace. They're not getting that. I don't know any necklace at James Avery that costs $100.
Yeah, they're just big drug dealers.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
interrupt.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, apologize.
Vehicle keys. I don't have any proof of that. 2 grams of marijuana. They're not getting restitution for that. Victim 3, $400 Samsung 820 cell phone. That's cheap. Now they say those cell phones are $1,500. $200 Fossil smartwatch, $80 in cash, and 4 grams of marijuana. I don't have anything before me that would justify the court or any evidence to giving that.
Notice how every connection, drug dealers, acquaintances, ex-partners, ties back to this case. The judge is mapping social circles to determine influence, intent, and credibility. Big red flag, too many I met them on Facebook moments.
Restitution amount back for any of the items. And for the court, that's the cost of doing business if you're a drug dealer. Maybe the people that you sell drugs to and drinks to are going to come in and rob you. You put it in your insurance. So I'm not going to grant them any restitution. Now, with regards to your application,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to grant your application. According to the stipulations, what happened is you were the person that they never would have been able to get into that home if you didn't show up with your girlfriend. They state in the stipulations what your routine was. So they trusted you as a buyer of drugs. In Texas and in elsewhere, guess what? If you're a drug dealer, you still can be a victim of robbery, right? You can't pull a gun on somebody and take their drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
They're not going to get any restitution for those drugs, but you can't pull a gun on somebody and take their items. What they're stating in the stipulations is you were a party.
Yes, ma'am.
So you with your girlfriend, who was the driver, you all drove over to this location. They see it's you. They know it's you. So they're a little bit down on being vigilant. They let you in. And then immediately coming behind you, you go back outside. And then when you come back, you bring these other people with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So you committed an aggravated robbery and you took these items, whether or not they had the $100,000 platinum necklace and the black Rolex watch. I don't know. They're not getting restitution for it, but I know what you did could have resulted in many people in that house getting killed. So I'm not going to grant your.
While twist victims list luxury jewelry, coke, cash, a Rolex, even a platinum chain, but offer zero proof. The judge basically says, if you're running drugs, getting robbed is the cost of doing business. That's savage judicial energy.
Application. I'm going to find you guilty in counts 1, 2, and 3. Counts 1, 2, and 3 are going to run concurrent. I'm going to follow the agreement that you reached, which is 9 years prison on each count. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. I'll give him credit for the time that he spent in inpatient treatment. There's to be no contact with Brian Pickney, Adam Cordova, Jessica Aragon, no contact with any minors, Alfonso Diaz, Myra Aldape, Eric Alderete. I'm going to request the therapeutic community and the mental health unit. I have no jurisdiction over the jail, over the prison to have them place you in that program. You're going to have to request it as well. Do you understand? Is there something else you would like to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I didn't let them in the house, ma'am. Like, I didn't let them in the house. I didn't let them in the house. I didn't even plan on robbing them. I did go over there. I know I did go over there, but I did not plan on robbing them. I had no gun. I didn't put no gun to nobody. I promise I didn't put no gun to nobody.
Well, wait a second. The door opened. This is the stipulations. The door opened before Alfonso could answer it, and defendant 1 entered. You're defendant 1. Alfonso and Myra know defendant 1 as Jay, that's you, and were no longer alarmed. Alfonso greeted defendant 1, who looked around and said he would be back. Alfonso says, Jay, that's you,
Yes,
usually walks back to his vehicle and would return with suspect 1. Suspect 1 is Jay's girlfriend and is known to Alfonso as Jessica Ann Aragon. Alfonso was going to shut his door when defendant 1 returned and allowed defendant 2 and 3 to enter Alfonso's house. Defendant 2 and 3 pointed handguns with lasers at Alfonso, Myra, Eric, while defendant 1, that's you, demanded their property.
I didn't do that, though. I didn't demand their property.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Yes.
Yes, I can't have probation.
No. And we can go off the record. Let me explain something to you. And this is the law of parties. Let's say there's a convenience store. And I know at that convenience store, they're going to have a lot of money on Tuesday. And I want to go in there and rob that convenience store. But I can't do it by myself. I need help. And let's say I don't have a vehicle. Via bus don't take that route. So I come to you and your girlfriend and say, hey, I'm going to rob this store. I don't have a vehicle. Can you all drive me there? And you and your girlfriend say, yeah, if we can get some of the money. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you $80. And you all drive me to that convenience store. And then I'm not a violent person, but things may get violent. So I ask somebody else, hey, you're a shooter. You have violent tendencies. I want to rob this convenience store. And just in case things go sideways, will you be able to help me out? And they tell me, yes, we'll help you out, but you need to give us some money. And I say, I'll give you $200. They say yes. We go into the convenience store because you and your girlfriend drive me there. Guess what? I wouldn't have been able to get that convenience store if you and your girlfriend haven't driven me there. And you know what's about to go down. I go in the convenience store. The clerk is supposed to give me the money. He's getting antsy. He pulls a gun from behind the counter. The person who I'm bringing with me for muscle shoots him. Guess what? You didn't have a gun. Your girlfriend didn't have a gun, but y'all are all a part of this. So guess what? Your girlfriend is charged with aggravated robbery. You're charged with aggravated robbery. I didn't have a gun. I'm charged with aggravated robbery. The muscle person is charged with aggravated robbery. So it's just like you had a gun. Do you understand? Now, how old are you?
28.
All right, you're 28. You will be able to still have your life ahead of you when you're released from the prison. Because it's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, you're going to have to do half your time before you're eligible for probation. Eligible for parole. So that means your half time is day for day. So that's 4.5 years. In those 4.5 years, you need to start thinking about what you can do so you won't be back in front of a court for this type of offense. Do you understand? Or any offense?
There's no way you could give me 7 years.
No. And I will tell you this, you're lucky that your attorney was able to get 9 years for you, because you put 3 people's lives in danger. And for what? For things. Right? And at the end of the day, guess what? When we all die and we're long gone, that black Rolex watch, that 100,000 platinum necklace, somebody else is going to be wearing it. And stop, destroying your body with drugs. All right?
These people are lying. It's not none of that.
I know. In the report, they're drug dealers. I know they're drug dealers. Guess what? That's why they're not getting any restitution. That and the fact that they didn't bring me anything to prove that those items were in fact items that they had.
But most of it's lies.
All right, thank you.
As a judge, we did have one brief impact statement.
All right, who wants to give a victim impact statement?
That's to be perfect.
Oh,
It's just a written statement.
no. I mean, if they want to give a statement, then they need to come. And then perhaps they want to explain why they're selling drugs in Bexar County. All right, thank you. All right, thanks.
The hammer drops. 9 years. Affirmative deadly weapon finding. No probation. Legally, that deadly weapon tag is huge. It restricts parole eligibility and signals the court views this as high-risk violence, even if he never personally held the gun.